Here's a brutal test. Look at your revenue from the last 30 days and now ask yourself how much of that came from the systems that you built versus hours you personally worked. If you can't answer that, you don't have a business model. You have a job you invented for yourself. And this is probably the worst paying job you ever had. I'm Sabir. I closed over 10 millions in sales and helped over 1,000 companies to scale. And that was the reason why TEDx invited me to speak. HubSpot, Wealth Insider, Business.com published about me. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 main reasons why your revenue is unstable and how exactly you can fix that so your business becomes predictable whether you are working or not. By the way, I just prepared a new free training on how to scale your company predictably. The link you will find in the description. Here's what most people don't realize. They have no idea what actually causing their revenue chaos. Let me tell you something that changed my entire perspective on business. A few years ago, I was reading about a human history and came across something fascinating. For thousands of years, humans survived by hunting. Every single day they would wake up and go for a food. Some days they would find something and some days they would find nothing to eat. So their survival was completely unpredictable. They never knew if they would eat tomorrow or not. And then around 10,000 years ago, something changed. Humans discovered farming and everything got better. Instead of chasing animals every single day, they planted seeds. So they actually built the systems, they created a process, and suddenly food became predictable. They didn't have to wonder if they would eat tomorrow or not. When I read that, something clicked. I realized my business was operating exactly like those ancient people who were hunting. Every morning I would wake up and think, who do I need to go after today? What emails do I need to send? What calls do I need to make? I was hunting for my next client, next sale, my next bit of revenue. And just like those people 1,000 years ago, some month I would catch something big. Other months, nothing. Imagine making 47K in January, then 2K in February, then nothing for 11 weeks, and suddenly you are signing 9 clients in just 1 week. That's actually not a business. That's a lottery ticket. And the stress was killing me. I remember one night sitting at my desk at 11 p.m. looking at my bank account and thinking, I am just 1 bad month away from having to shut this all down and find a job. My business felt like it was sinking and I was running out of the options. But here's what saved me. I stopped hunting and started farming. So let's dive into 3 main reasons why revenue roller coaster actually happens, and more importantly, how you shift from hunting for clients to having a predictable number of signed deals every month. Reason number 1, you don't have a clear ICP and you are trying to help everyone. If you help everyone, no one will work with you. Think about it this way. If you helped one tech company, other 10 companies will think you are an expert in helping them. If you help 10 tech companies, they will think you are really good. If you helped 100 tech companies, they will have no doubt that you can help them too. And they will come to you. But if you helped an IT company, then a restaurant, then a fitness coach, then a real estate agent, nobody knows what you actually can do. And when nobody knows what you do, they don't trust you to solve their problem. So this is why your pipeline feels random. You are attracting random people with random problems at the random times. One of my clients had this exact issue. He was getting clients once every 3 months and stress was killing him. He told me even when he had a 9-to-5 job, his stress level was way lower. Think about that. He left his job to have more freedom and he ended up with more anxiety. Now ask yourself this. When was the last time someone came to you and said, I need to work with you specifically because you are an expert in solving my exact problem? If you can't remember that, that's your answer. The fix is simple, but most people resist it. You need to pick one specific ICP and go deep. When you do this, people start seeing you as an expert and they come to you instead of you chasing them. That's the first step from hunting to farming. You stop chasing everyone and start attracting the right people. Now, here's where it gets worse. Because even if you fix your ICP, you will still got a second problem, and this one is costing you even more money. The second reason is why 79% of marketing leads never convert. Let me show you what's happening. Reason number 2 is you don't have a proper sales system that connected to your marketing system. Here's what I see all the time. Someone posts content 3 times a day on LinkedIn and they get engagement, likes, comments, even DMs, but nothing converts. Why? because their marketing is not connected to sales process. They are generating attention, but they have no system that turns attention into revenue. This is like having a store with a broken cash register. People walk in, they look around, they are interested, but they can't actually buy anything. Here's how it should work. Your marketing gets eyeballs and builds authority. Your sales process closes deals and brings clients in. But the majority of people treat these like as two separate things. They post some content, hope someone will reach out to them, and then struggle to close them. That's chaos, and chaos creates unpredictable revenue. And here's the crazy part. Study shows that around 79% of marketing leads never convert into sales because they are not properly followed up or nurtured. Think about how much money you are leaving on the table right now. Let me give you a real example. I had a client who came to me making about 15K a month. Not bad, but completely inconsistent. 1 month, he would sign 3 clients, next month 0, and I asked him, how many people are you talking to every month? He said, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15. I said, that's your problem. You're hunting. You're chasing whoever responds to your pause. There is no system, so we built him a farming system. We created the lead generation engine that brought him 50 qualified conversations every single month. People are actually on the phone talking about working together. Within 4 months, he went from 15K a month to 60K a month, and more importantly, it became predictably. He knew exactly how many conversations would turn into clients. Here's what farming looks like instead. Instead of manually reaching out to 200 people hoping 5 of them will respond back to you, you build a system that brings 50 qualified sales calls to you every month. People who are actually talking to you about working together. Instead of writing the same email 100 times, you engineer sequences that educate and convert on autopilot. Instead of wondering where your next client comes from, you have a predictable pipeline that fills itself. This is the difference. Hunters wake up and think, who I need to chase today. Farmers wake up and check what the system produced while they slept. But listen, even if you fix your ICP and your sales system and there is a third leak and this one destroys everything you just built. Reason number 3. This last one is the killer because you can attract the right people and close them consistently, but if you don't fix this, you will stuck in survival mode forever. The reason number 3, your clients are leaving. Here's what happens. You sign a client, you're excited. You start delivering, but your system for keeping them happy is very weak. Maybe you don't have a proper onboarding system. Maybe you are not checking in consistently. Maybe you are focused on squeezing out maximum money instead of giving them 10 times more value. And so they leave. Here's the stat that should wake you up. I will repeat this. It costs you 5 to 7 times more. Let me ask you something. How many clients have you lost in the last 6 months? And how much money did you spend trying to replace them? Be honest with yourself. If you are constantly losing clients, you are stuck in hunting mode, always needing to find the next one, fighting for survival. But when you keep existing clients happy, you are in farming mode. They stay longer, they spend more, they even refer other people. Your revenue compounds instead of going up and down. I learned this the hard way. Early on, I had a client, but I didn't have a proper delivery system. I didn't check in regularly, I didn't track their progress because I thought they would do themselves. 3 months in, they asked for a refund and they were right to ask. I hadn't given them support they needed. That hurt, but it taught me something crucial. Signing clients is only half of the battle. Keeping them is actually what builds the business. Now here's what most people miss. These 3 problems are not separate. They are all symptoms of the same thing. You are still operating like a hunter, but now how to solve the roller coaster issue and never have this again. Let me show you how you engineer a predictable revenue system. First, pick up one specific ICP and go deep. Become known as the expert who solves one problem for that one type of client. This is your foundation. Without this, everything else falls apart. Second, build a system that generates 50 plus qualified conversations every month, not leads. Conversations. Here's what that actually looks like. You need a lead magnet that attracts your client. You need an automated follow-up sequence that educates them. You need a booking system that gets them on the call. And you need a qualification process that filters out the tire kickers. When all these work together, you wake up to booked calls, not empty calendars. Third, connect your marketing into sales process so your attention turns into revenue automatically. Every piece of content you create should have one job: move people to closer to the conversation. And fourth, create a delivery system that keeps your clients happy so they stay longer, they spend more, and they refer to other people. This means proper onboarding in the first 24 hours, weekly check-ins to track their progress, clear milestones so they can see their transformation, and a system that makes them feel supported every step of the way. When you do this, you build a flywheel, a system that generates attention, turns it into conversations, closes those conversations, and keeps clients so they refer to more people. And that's what farming looks like. Instead of waking up at 6 a.m., writing 100 emails, you wake up and see your system generated 12 qualified leads. Instead of wondering if you will make your payroll, you know exactly how many clients you will sign because your pipeline is predictable. Instead of trading time for revenue, you have infrastructure that works while you sleep. And here's the beautiful part. Once you build this system, it starts compounding. Your clients stay longer, your lifetime value goes up, and they refer to other people so that acquisition cost goes down. Your revenue becomes predictable so you can actually plan, hire, invest, and scale. That shifts from survival mode to systems mode. And when you stop hunting and start farming, everything changes. So here's my question. If you stop working for 7 days right now, would your company still grow? Be brutally honest, because if your answer is no, you don't have a business, you have a survival job. All right, here's what you do next. Audit your business using these 3 questions. Do you have a clear ICP? Is your marketing connected to your sales process? And are your clients staying or leaving? Those 3 answers will tell you everything. By the way, if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe to my channel. You already know what is broken. Now go and build predictable sales systems.